game imposing its will.
Howell completing the quick throw out wide.
And they've got it inside. Even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Pass taken in by his...
What is up, fellas? We are back in the spread playbook, man. Back to one of my oldie but goodie formations, man. The Y trips offset. This was my previous favorite formation in the game on last gen, but still pretty good on this gen. It's just for some reason my tight end gets bumped on this RPO bubble wide pop if they have 4 down linemen, which kind of doesn't make it as effective, but still an effective play, man. So again, the foundation of this is going to be the RPO bubble wide pop. So we'll come out just to kind of show you. Let's say, a lot of people are running dime lately. I'm just going to run a random play. And just to kind of show you what I mean. So you see how that defensive end is lined up right over my tight end? A lot of the times he'll kind of bump him and throw off the time. So now I could, even if I wanted to, I couldn't throw it to him. So it just kind of sucks. So now I got to take an extra step. If I really want to try to make this a viable pass, bring him out a little bit. And see, that also helps free up a lot of my running game. So with this play, if I just simply press X, which is on PlayStation, I'll just simply, now don't do anything else, I'm going to automatically hand it to the running back. But if I make a quick read, like I say, if I see triangle is open, or if I see R1 is open, I'm going to make a quick throw. So again, he wasn't open right there. I probably should have just not pressed anything and let it hand it to my running back. But just to kind of show you guys, I want to show you. So now again, I want to bring him out. Now, if I see I got this opening right here, there's nobody there, I'm probably going to try to squeeze it in. But the DB does back up off it, so I just simply hand it off. So let's look at that on replay. I don't usually try to read both of these at the same. Now, some of you may be that skilled where you can read this R1 and this triangle. I'm only reading one or the other. So if I see if I see pre-snap, I've got a little hole right here, I'm going to think, hey, I can probably hit that. But I'm going to make sure first, right? And, of course, he drops to him. So I can't hit that, so I just hand it to my running back. Now, of course, this is open, but I can't see that. That's my field vision is limited. I don't know if y'all remember the old Madden where it had the field vision, where it would be wide if you had a really good quarterback, but it would be really skinny if you had a trash quarterback. So I'm the trash quarterback. I got that skinny field vision, so I can't see the whole field. So I'm only looking at 2 options. I'm either going to hand it off or I'm going to throw it to my tight end. Now, the best read would have probably been to throw it to him, and I would have got a lot more yards. So I'm going to look at it again. Now I'm just going to read R1. If I see R1, if I see this nickel cornerback, if he drips off, let me see if I can point to this nickel. I'm going to throw it to my to R1. He doesn't drift off. I've got the handoff, and we're going to get some good yards. Again, I don't think this play is as good as the RPO bubble wide pop on the in the other formation, but it's still pretty effective. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Look at that hole. Oh my God. That hole was ridiculous. So that's again, when you run a lot of RPOs, man, it just opens up some crazy lanes. Look at that hole. Anybody can run through that. You don't have to be that good at Madden to run through it. And this is the Jets defense. The Jets have a pretty good defense. And again, so he comes. If I see him run over there, I'm not looking at this as an option because this can get picked off or lead to a loss. But the sad part about this, if I have to move my tight end out, or he's gonna get bumped. But sometimes if I want to get really creative, I'll put him right here. He's still gonna get clogged up in the line, but sometimes he'll come free, or he can be an extra blocker. But I don't recommend it. I say move him out if you really want to try to hit him. And then this kind of gives him a little bit more space. So that kind of gives me some room to make something happen with a tight end. And I know it looks kind of crazy in practice mode, but during a game, this is usually a lot more open because I've established a run. So now they're trying to cheat down into the box, and I've got a lot more room to work with. So that is the first play in this formation. Again, easy 5 yards out of this play for sure. Then we've also got the duo glance, just like in the other formation. Very good. You've got 2 reads to make, man. You've got R1, And then you've got the running play. The duo gives you two options, two holes to kind of to pick from inside. And again, a very good running play on its own, but just that the bubble just adds a different element to it, man. That bubble is really, really good. That wide receiver really does a good job of blocking. Even skinny Devontae Smith is out there throwing blocks. And look at oh my God, look at these holes. If you got linemen with ability, this duo is, I mean, again, you don't even need abilities. Honestly, I would just recognize, hey, if this is the inside stuff, double him, and you're good to go, man. So again, man, you can create a whole offense just out of these few formations, man. Like you will be set. Again, this outside zone is also really good. I'm not going to take the time to show you guys that. You can run that on your own. There's nothing that you can run in stock. It's nothing. If you see a lot of blitzing and things like that, sometimes that outside zone can really get you some good yards. We've also got this read flat and the read wide screen. Both really good plays. I don't really use them for the screens. I look at it as more of a good running play. Now, the RPO read flat also has this slant that can be really good too if you got some really aggressive linebackers. So let's just run some nickel. So if you know for a fact, okay, these linebackers are blitzing, especially if he's pressed against A.J. Brown, you're probably going to have this slant all day. Okay, that wasn't great. Jalen Hurts isn't looking amazing out here. But let's look how backed off he is. If I see he's backed off like that, I got this slant all day. So again, I like to mix this in. If they've been looking at these bubbles come from the right side all the time, so they're focusing on the right. Now, if I see this safety's kind of down in the box a little bit, I probably won't look at that slant as an option because he's probably going to come down and pick, which he didn't. So if you got a good receiver right there, this is a really good play to kind of throw him off and add to the mix as well. But the main thing I'm looking at this play for is more for a running play, right? Like I'm going to read R. If R crashes down, I'm going to keep it with Jalen Hurts. If he does not crash down, then I'm going to hand it to my running back for a very nice gain. Man, if I was playing regs, I would probably play with the Eagles for sure. They really do fit my offense. But, okay. Again, R crashes down. I can take it with Jalen Hurts, and I've got some easy free yards to go. Let's run that back on replay. So, defensive end crashes down. I've also still got the slant over here too. There's just so many options with this RP. You got this slant right here. And again, I only recommend this if you've got a pretty good receiver right here because a lot of the times the cornerbacks will get a little sticky on them. So he crashes down. So I keep it with Jalen Hurts. Now, he was not open because we have this guy flowing over here. Now, I did not read that during the play. I just decided to take what was there. It's tough for me to kind of get to that progression once I've handed. Now, once I get in the groove, I probably could make that read. Once I see with Jalen, I'll make that read if I see this cornerback coming towards me. But if I don't see him coming towards me, I'm running with Jalen Hurts. Now, again, I recommend sliding if you're going to run with your quarterback because you will fumble. Not as much in previous years, but you still will fumble. So again, reading that guy, hand it off to the running back. You get the gist. So you've got about 4 different options on this play, man. You can hit A.J. Brown on the slant, or sometimes I'll bring him in if I feel like, okay, these linebackers have been blitzing every time. I'll bring him in so I've got an easy, nice 10-yard gain. Easy. Now, if I see him press like this and it's A.J. Brown, I know I'm going to win off the line. And there we go. So again, this slant can be deadly also. It's even looking more deadly now that I run it right now. But so you see he comes out there, I can throw it to my tight end. And again, they don't do the best job blocking as receivers on this play, which you would think they would do a better job because there's nobody over there. But now this is just me playing around. I definitely don't recommend running like that. All right, let's move on. Don't want to waste your time, fellas.
He's got the connection to Moore. And this is going to result in another first and 2nd and 13. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he gets this up.
How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he's going to get a...
All right. So again, RPO wide receiver screen, very similar to RPO read flat. We just don't have the slant. The screen is not very good. They don't do a great job of blocking on that. But again, you still got the option to run it with Hurts, or you can hand it to your running back, or run it with your quarterback, whoever you have. Again, curls is very similar to the last formation we ran. I do not recommend running this counter trade. It's not a great running play. I haven't, at least for me, it hasn't been. Maybe for you, but oh yes, the speed option again, another wrinkle to throw in. Just something like they just have so many things to prepare for that it's just going to be silly. They're going to be like, man, you're not really playing an NFL offense. A guy told me today, he was like, you're running a college offense. I said, hey man, that's what the NFL is kind of going to. So a lot of times you just pitch that immediately. You get some pretty good blocks and should have been gone to the house if I didn't mess around on the sideline. But as you can see, man, this is a really good play. This play, I'm usually going to pitch it no matter what. It's usually, unless I see them fly out there, it looks dangerous, then I'll just keep it with my quarterback. Like that looked pretty dangerous on that one. If I pitch it, maybe it gets blocked or something like that. But I just throw it right out there. If they're able to hold their blocks, we're probably going to get a 5 to 10 yards every time. Again, this takes a little bit of practice, but as you can see, it just kind of this speed option messes up the angles of the a lot of the defenders, and they just don't take really good angles on this game. So you can take advantage of that. Look, he pitches it out there, and he probably should. If he takes a better angle, he probably makes the tackle, but beat him to the edge. That time he took a good angle. So again, man, another wrinkle to throw at them. A lot of times I'll even throw a little misdirection. If I know they're running man coverage, I'll just kind of take a guy away from the play and we'll get it rolling. Again, I'm probably going to pitch it no matter what. I'm really not doing a lot of reading. The only reading I'm doing is making sure that nobody comes in front of the pitch. If I feel like somebody's going to come and block the pitch, then I won't pitch it. And you really got to pitch it up pretty quick too, because if you get hit, then you fumble. But I have yet to fumble during this play in a game, so I wouldn't worry. Now, if you hold it too long, then yeah, you'll probably fumble. But again, another way to pick up some cheap yards. I'm all about the cheap yards, man. As many plays I can run without actually having to make an actual read on a pass play, the better. The more reads I have to make, the more the chances of me throwing a pick actually go up. So I don't like that. Now, another great play out of this formation is this wide corner. So this is a play I do actually have to make reads, but I think it's a pretty easy read because this is a really good corner route by the tight end. I still haven't come up with great route combinations. But, I mean, you can run something like this. And you usually have this corner route all day. Again, probably not the best read, but this is probably one of the best corner routes for tight ends that I've seen in a game. And you guys could kind of come up with your own combinations. You got a little flood concept right there. You got that good. So again, you got some nice options on this play, man. This is a really, really, really good corner route by the tight end. As you can see, Dallas Goedert is definitely not the fastest tight end in the world, but he gets it done. So again, you can come up with a lot of combinations to get some cheap yards, easy reads. As you can see, I'm only looking at the right side of the field. I'm not even looking at A.J. Brown because I'm not going to make it through my progressions to make it over there. It's just not going to happen. So if I got time, hey, I'm going to throw that corner route. If I don't, then I'm going to hit the running back in the flats on that out, and we're good to go. Oh, I just messed up my corner route. So for me, this seems to be the best combination for me to kind of roll with. I'll let you guys decide what you think would be best. I'm just here for the RPO, people. All right, man, I think that is going to be it for this formation. I'll spend a lot of time in this formation and in the so I'll spend a lot of time in this wide trips offset and in this wide off trips. Both of these are my go-to. I just love these RPO, the bubble wide pop. I use my tight ends heavily, so just another good option, man. I'll kind of, as I progress as a passer, I'll kind of add some more videos to kind of show you guys some things you can do out of the passing game. But I think with the RPO, you can kind of put your own spin on it, man. And once you get these RPOs down, man, it's going to make your life a lot easier because you're going to be able to you don't have to work so hard to get so many yards. But until next time, man, we're going to keep going formation by formation, breaking down the spread playbook, man. Appreciate y'all.